Hello beautiful people, Julia here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Julia Inspired Lifestyle Channel. And on this channel, I talk about all the things you need to know to learn how to earn money, how to save money, and how to invest and multiply your money, specifically in stocks. I am a stockaholic. Oh yeah? So every week, millionaires and millionaires to be just like you, that's if you're not one already, watch and learn how to make money, how to save money, and how to invest money from this beautiful and amazing channel. All the things that will help you to move a level ahead in your life, because 2022 is our money year, and I want to give you options to better your life. Have you subscribed to my channel? I'm waiting for you. Can you just click on that red subscribe button for me, because it gives me motivation to do more videos. Secondly, YouTube shows it to more people, and when you do that, you are one of the first people to see my next new video. And if only you know the next video I'll be dropping, you will quickly click on that red button. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about something very important, something I feel like at this point in our lives, we all need to get this particular information. See, everybody gets into financial crisis at some point or the other, except people that probably along the line in their lives, they were able to put things in order. But the world is currently experiencing a lot of things. Inflation is hitting us on one corner, the war is on, COVID is there, the stocks are down, and it's a good time for us to look into our financial situation. I just want you to understand one thing. Financial preparation is to be taken seriously. So take this particular YouTube video as a blessing to your life, something that you can come over and watch it again. And anytime you feel down, this video is that video you should come and watch to get yourself sorted out, okay? So let's talk about personal finance. For me, it's actually a very big trend, because every day I see people in financial crisis. Sometimes people have one-on-one chat with me. Sometimes during one-on-one consultation, I notice that those who have actually escaped it are very, very close to financial crisis. That's for those who are not in it already. But if you put in all the things in place that I'm going to be discussing, you're going to manage it. The worst is people that think they don't even have financial crisis. There are people that will tell you, no. But when you look at them, you analyze them, you see there is a huge problem staring in their faces. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing financial crisis and how you can get out of your financial situation. So if you're ready, let's get on. So I like this. Do you know that financial crisis is real? For some people, they think it does not exist, but it does exist. It really, really does exist, and there are critical things you need to know that will help you understand where you actually belong. So, is it real? Yes, brother. Yes, sister. It is very, very real, 100%, and you may actually be facing one or on the borderline. Let's talk about the red zone and the orange zone. So red zone is when you're unable to pay your bills, you're unable to feed very well, you're actually in debt, so you're actually struggling at the moment, you're finding it difficult to get to eat properly, all the things you need to eat, you're finding it difficult to pay your bills, your light bills, your rent, and some other things, maybe fueling the car, couple of other things that you need to sort out every month. It's a struggle for you. That means you are clearly in the red zone. You are in the orange zone when you are currently spending more than you earn. So let's assume your salary is about 100,000 naira and you're currently spending, probably your expenses are about maybe 120,000 naira or 150,000 naira, and you're gradually getting to a point where it's going to hang in on you. So what I mean is, this set of people do not even have emergency funds. So if anything happens to you right now, maybe your child is rushed to the hospital, or maybe your car breaks down, whatever emergency it is, you'll notice you're actually borrowing money from someone. You don't even have any retirement reserve whatsoever. So there's nothing you're even looking forward. If you're already in your 40s or in your 50s and you have no savings at all for your retirement, so you're looking at retiring to almost nothing, your financial situation will eventually affect your wealth and your health. You start worrying, you fear, you're agitated, you are borrowing from one person to pay the other person you have collected money from. So the question you should be asking yourself is, can I really pay my current bills? Can I pay off my debts? Do I have future bills I've not sorted out? These questions are the questions you should be asking yourself while this YouTube video training is going on. So if it's possible, write them down. It's just between you and yourself. You are going to evaluate yourself. So the question is, will you be okay in the next 5 years if you continue the way you are right now? Will you be okay in the next 5 years? Will you be okay in the next 10 years? So these are common questions you're going to be asking yourself, and start answering them, and answer them genuinely. I'm not there to look at you, all right? So let's talk about something else, and that is the common causes of financial crisis. So for me, I feel like there are two ways. There are some that are internal, and they're like the external ones. So the external ones are the ones you have no control of whatsoever. The internal ones are the ones that are like self-inflicted, like the ones you brought upon yourself. So why don't we get into it so that you can learn all of them and you can see where you're making one or two mistakes. All right? So the first one is the internal, the self-inflicted. All right, so the first one is poor financial practices. So one of the clear-cut examples is spending more than you are currently earning. You don't know how to curtail your spendings. Probably you buy on impulse. You are kind of you don't understand your money personality and you spend so much. So you have poor financial practices. You are not able to save money, so it's already affecting you. So you're gradually taking yourself down that road by your own self. The second is no budget. You do not have a budget, no effective budget. You have no idea exactly how much you spend in a month. You have no idea how much comes into your pocket every month. You have no idea the things you should plan for in the next month. So when you have no budget, but if you are interested in me discussing completely how a budget works and how you can actually set up one, please drop it in the comment section and I'll definitely like to answer that. Okay, so let's continue. So the second one is no budget, and the third one is indisciplined behavior. There are so many ways there are people that are good at just giving people out money without even thinking. There are people who do not know how to price. They just walk into a store and they just buy because this person is my friend, and you know this is way out of your budget. You buy. Reckless spending, and then you have no idea how to hedge against the losses. Very bad, very, very bad. The last one is the fourth one is the family influence. This is where your mother will call you and say, please, we need more. Every time they are calling you cannot say no to them. Everybody is just on you and expecting you to bring, and you are constantly dragged by, the emotional things that they are actually in need of, and you have to provide. So you find yourself having some lifestyle choices that is, taking a toll on you, and it may be rubbing off other members of the family as well. So kindly look into that. Another self-inflicted cause is marriage and relationships. How you see, this particular one is a very funny one, but it's true. A lot of men are going through a lot of financial crisis because of their wives. A lot of women are also going through torture because of their husbands. So if your partner is a spender and you're a spender, that's a disaster. If one of the partners is a saver, then it can help to curtail. Naturally, women are more of savers than spenders. But yeah, this our millennial and Gen Z, a lot of people are no longer these savers. They are now spenders. Everybody wants to live life in the moment and life in the fullest. So kindly check in your relationship. You can always discuss with your partner. But this is one way. A lot of people, some people want to buy their girlfriends something they know that is going to take a toll on their finance, and when you're broke, she still will leave you. So that's one thing you should look into. So the next one is the bad debt management. Very important. Something you should really look into. How do you pay back people that you're owing? So stop collecting from Peter to pay Paul. One person is owing 15 people. You're owing 100,000. You collect 50 from another friend and you pay the person 50. You're still owing 50. Then you're owing another person 50. You go to another person, collect 70. You pay the 50 and then take 20 to the other person. So it's complicated, vicious cycle that will drive you crazy. Another one is loss of job due to your own actions. Yeah, there are people who lose jobs because of maybe their attitude, their behavior, or their own mistakes. Maybe you're very disobedient, the things you're not supposed to do, you do them, you're stubborn, or you talk back to your senior colleagues and you end up losing your job out of your own recklessness. So know that is self-inflicted. You brought it upon yourself, and you may end up finding it difficult to get another job, especially when you don't have a backup plan. So these are things you need to check. And always make sure that the person you are with, your partner, you check their financial intelligence level too. Can they manage money? Do they understand money? Do you even understand money? These are questions you should ask. So I hope I've dealt with this very well. Let's get into the external factors. Okay, these are things you cannot control. Sometimes you can lose your job. Maybe the company is going through a rough time and unfortunately you're affected. They are downgrading. Medical condition, you can have some terminal illness and that takes a toll on your finance. Natural disaster like flood, stuff like that can happen. Theft, some people can go through a situation where they've been robbed and they lose their valuables. Or maybe internet fraud, when sometimes you wake up and all the money in your account is gone. Those are ways. Okay, and then war. You can imagine what's going on in Russia and Ukraine at the moment. Many people have lost everything they have. No, they are not even talking about that thing. They just want to be alive. They just want to be alive. Okay? Debts mismanagement. Some people do not know how to manage debts, and unfortunately it takes a toll. They have ripples and the interest keeps growing, and it takes them to a level where they cannot manage it anymore. Another one is divorce, because people have to pay alimony. You have to also get a lawyer. All these legal things, it can take a toll on your finance and also on your mental health. Death, yeah, these are things that can affect. You see a family where the father is actually the breadwinner. He's the sole person who is bringing in the money, and there's something happens and he dies, and the whole family goes down automatically. Delays in business contract payments. Yeah, sometimes we do a business with a major institution, a major company, with the federal government, and then 1 year down the line, no sign of payments. 1 year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, something has gone wrong. No administration, everything takes time. That can completely change your life. So these are the external factors and you should be aware of. Let's get into the effects, because it's important that you know what is the outcome when these things happen to you. One is stress. You see people who are so stressed out. You see people walking on the road, they're absent-minded. They are not thinking straight anymore. They are so worried. What they hear a noise, their heart takes a beat, and they are constantly in serious worry situation. They worry about every single thing. They are not stable. You start seeing people develop high blood pressure, HBP, high blood pressure. That is very normal. People that are young and you see them hypertensive. You see people aging fast because the things that are going on in their head, they are thinking a million things, and there's no solution nearby. So they just keep thinking back and forth, and it's stressing them out. Mental issues. You see some people from having issues like this, they begin to say some things that are no longer connected, and you realize that this person is already going through a lot of mental torture, and sometimes they may need to go and see a doctor. Psychological issues, it will affect a lot of things. For married people, it will even affect the intimacy between the man and the wife. Very important. Social withdrawal. You see that person who used to step out, go for weddings, birthday parties, hang out, church, they suddenly do not have any interest anymore. They just want to be by themselves, and those are the times you should actually watch out. The person is gradually going. Most times they end up getting in severe panic situations, and they can even lead to suicide. So watch out for that. And compromise beliefs, because you've lost money. Some people, it affects them. Their belief in God can drop. They may start thinking that God doesn't love them anymore. Why is this thing happening to me? And they no longer have faith and hope anymore. That's the fact. Poor decision making. Most people in this situation, one problem they have is they don't make the best of decisions, because when you're broke, most times they are looking at the next available business that will double their money or triple their money or 5 times their money or 10 times their money. And so it is easy to indoctrinate people like this, and they easily get into Ponzi schemes. So when your head is not clear, do not take certain decisions. Death. Sometimes people cannot hold it anymore, and they just die. They don't want to go on anymore. Marital breakdown. I mentioned it earlier on, affects the intimacy, but sometimes it can even lead to couple separating when one of the partners cannot manage and the other person is not understanding, or maybe the person is not even open. Some people do not want to tell their spouses or their partners what they are going through. So you are trying to manage it and it's not working out, and it's affecting your relationship. Envy and spite is the last one. Sometimes these people grow envious of other people because you have lost money and someone else is jubilating and making money. Instead of learning from the person, they are filled with envy. Sometimes they even start running bad information to others about the person, which is very bad. But these are the effects that come when you are in deep financial crisis. So make sure you don't even get in here. And the next video, we're going to be discussing how to save and then how to get into your financial success. So don't miss the part 2 and the part 3 of this particular video. Finally, I'm going to talk about the recovery. What do you need to do when you find yourself in this particular situation? The first thing is acceptance. You have to accept, first of all, you are human, you are prone to making mistakes, and you have just made one. Everybody, even me, sometimes these things are not prepared for. I have been in a situation where I have helped someone to get a job, and the person took their product and disappeared, and I was made to pay for it. These things are not planned, but if I was not prepared for it, probably I would have been in a deep problem right now. But it took a toll on me. So these things are not prepared. But first, you have to accept and say, oh, I really made mistakes, and I've learned from my mistake, and I want to do better. 2 is communicate. You are married, please talk to your partner. If you're engaged, talk to your partner. Do not keep these things to yourself. Talk to probably a family friend, someone who understands. Talk to someone who can help you out mentally, financially, emotionally, spiritually. Let someone talk, communicate with somebody. All right, it's like you're sharing your thoughts and your ideas. Sometimes from that conversation a solution pops out. Another one is commitment. Commitment means it's not about praying and saying, God, take this away from me. No, you have to get committed to the process of, I have to find a way to pay these people back. If you're actually owing people, you need to work on that. So personal evaluation is the next one. Yes, you really need to sit down and evaluate your situation and look at the possible ways that you can do this. You can sit down with a coach. You can check all your assets. Think of the things you have, like your skill, your knowledge, your expertise, your business idea level. What can you do to earn extra money? Do that when you are doing personal evaluation. You can check in with me if you feel like doing that. Budgeting, you need to start budgeting. You need to replan yourself right now. A lot of things have changed. You need to track your expenses. You need to now know what are you spending money on. It's time for you to start living below your means. And you have to also restructure your debts. It may require you to go and meet people you're owing and be open to them and tell them, this is what happened. Can you give me some more time? These are my plans. And be honest about it. Don't just talk to them because you feel like, let me just get them off my neck. No, be committed. Financial plan, you need to develop a financial plan to avoid this kind of a thing happening in future again. Set up extra streams of income. Yep, you have to figure out things you're going to do. All right, figure out ways you're going to make money back. And then, very importantly, this is something I feel we're going to be discussing. Beware of your leaks. What I mean is, there's some very emotional requests, like you're coming back home, you need to buy suya, sweets, ice cream for your children, you need to give change. Someone is asking you, just please, can you give me like 1,000 naira, please? All these little ways. Someone asks you, please, can you recharge my phone with 500 naira? Sometimes your mind is not even there. You're not understanding that these are leaks that are taking money out of your pocket and you're not checking them. Another thing you're going to do is you're going to determine your fixed expenses, the ones that are very important that cannot be alternated, like your rent, food, your light bills, fueling, school fees. Stuff like this are things you cannot change or put on hold. Then we have some discretionary needs. Things like you going to do a shrebi for someone, buying shawarma, things like your subscription, like DSTV and all of those things where you can you can keep them on hold and say, okay, then from now to the end of the year, I have to put this on hold. Let me get myself together, then I can resume. These are things that you can live without. All right, work on that. And my final word is, we are all blessed with the gift of time. Wherever situation you are in now, you have some time to make up. So do not think that it's already over. Whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, you can still put things in order. If you are prepared to do the right things, you are definitely going to make a way, for yourself. So I hope you've been blessed by this particular training. Is more of a personal thing for me. I feel like a lot of people need to. So please do me a favor, share this particular video with a lot of people. You need them to get to see this particular video. You need to help people get out of their situation. And do not miss the part 2, where I'm going to be discussing how you can be a smart saver, even in down times. Even right now, you're not earning much. How can you save? And then the last one, financial success automation. That's wealth on autopilot. Do not miss it, and I will see you in the next video.